Hey everybody. So I know we're all guilty of being worried and stressed out about things that sometimes we just have no control over, especially those things that, we have to rely on someone else or other people for the outcome that we want. So that's what this story is about. It actually has multiple messages, but um, everyone will probably get a different message depending on what stage of the process you're in, if you're going through something. So let me tell you about my friend. So he is one of those people that's just dedicated to his career. Like, while you're sleeping, I'm sleeping, everybody's sleeping, been in bed for hours, he's that person who's still at the office. He's still working. And at this point, he was like the second person in charge or the second person in command, or I'm really not sure what that position was about, what that position title is, but he was the second person in command, like the second leader. So he told me that he worked really hard in his career because the goal was to be number one, like numero uno, like, that number one, the top dog. So naturally, when the position to be number one, when that position became available, he was more than ready to be considered for the promotion. Okay. He told me he was the best man for the job. After a few conversations, he would also say that he wasn't sure what they thought, or if they would promote him, or how they felt. Just it was a lot more. The confidence switched from him being the best man for the job to he was really confident. He wasn't sure what they were going to do as far as promoting him. So that alone would definitely cause some stress, and we all do that because you don't know how people are going to view things, or you don't know what they're thinking. So anyway, as I said, he was the second person in command, so he was asked to step in and be the first in command, just while they were looking at applicants, making up their mind, what they wanted to do. So he stepped in. He took on the duties of that title, being first in command. So the day came. The day came for the decision, where the decision was made, and my friend was not promoted. He did not get the position. I can't explain his emotions, of course, but I'm sure you understand. It was a sting, but it continued to sting. So that wasn't the end of it. So the man that they hired, he had no prior experience. From my understanding, the person that they hired had no prior experience being a leader, nor had he ever, had been in a position this high before, whether it was second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth command. This was all new to him. So you know how that goes. You got to show the other person what to do. So it was just bad all around. So we're at the week where the new guy is actually starting starting work. It's also the week I had a dream about my friend. And it's also, it was a busy week. It's also the week my friend got more devastating news. Okay? It was like a crazy, crazy week. So when a new person, when he started, immediately he made some changes. My friend was demoted. He lost all the benefits that he was accustomed to. Um, he was demoted. And then, as if that wasn't enough, he was given a temporary position that had an expiration date on it as well. So he's going through all this. Now he also has to look for a new job. So if this was you, think of all the things that would be going through your mind, all the stress that you would be dealing with. And honestly, just the rent alone in California is enough to stress you out. So you want to have your money coming in. So on top of that, now here I am trying to tell him everything's going to work out. You know, everything's going to work out. Everything will be fine. You know, I never felt like he would be without a job for some reason. I had a dream, but even before the dream, I never felt like he would be without a job. I can't explain what that vibe was. So I did tell him about the dream, but you know, he wasn't trying to hear that. Especially at that time, he was not trying to hear, oh, be positive. Like, I laugh at it now because he's just like, whatever. He just totally blew me off. But I did. I told him, I said, I had a dream that you were carrying a loaf of bread, and in the dream, the bread can mean a lot of different things, but in this dream, it meant good fortune and that he would be okay. But honestly, y'all, he didn't hear like any of that, none of it. So as the months went on, he endured, like he endured a lot. Before another position came along, you know, it was months later when another position came. So we spoke around this time and we talked, and he told me, well, it was actually two positions. And when he mentioned one of them, I said, you know, how do you feel about that one? Because, and I asked him that because it was his tone that made me think that was the one he wanted. But you know how it is when you don't want to be overconfident, especially in this case again, you know, in case it didn't work out. So I understood. I didn't like press the issue. This is just me telling you his story, looking pretty much from the outside. So even with the position, with the new position that he was applying for, and the one that I liked and the one that he had a good tone about, then he told me that it actually had a start date where his current job he was in, his current position, when that ended, the new one, that's when they actually wanted the person to start. And, you know, of course, he didn't want to be too overly confident, but I'll tell you that, yes, he did get that position. He became the number one leader. He became first in charge. He got all the perks and prestige that came with that. You know, like, he just got everything that he wanted, everything that he said he worked for, all those things he spoke, he actually got it. And I was really happy for him. And when we spoke, he mentioned something else that he had to make a decision about, and it was a little out the ordinary for him. But looking on the outside, my response to him was, I would just go for it. Everything's working in your favor. Like, just roll with it. Like, have a good time with it. And so I sent him the screenshot of my journal entry about the dream, just as a reminder. And I sent that to him. And I even did a video about it at that time, the specifics of the dream. But I sent that to him as a reminder. Just, like scripture says, trust in God, our Father. So I'm telling you the same thing. If you're going through a process, I'm just hoping that this will help you know that, whatever it is that you want, you will get it. From the time that he went from being demoted to the time that he got his dream position, the one that he worked so hard for, it had been, I don't know, like 7-8 months or something like that, but he did get it. So I hope this will encourage you to just to continue to push and just have faith in yourself and believe that God hears your prayers.